Bro, so I just seen a video. Well, I mean, I seen I seen a video, and I actually seen it for myself where the whole situation with Andrew Tate has been exposed, that the women lied, tried to set him up. And for my YouTube followers, who don't, y'all pretty much everybody should know about Andrew Tate. Some people like him, some people don't like him. I got to a point where I like the man. I ain't even gonna cap to you, because a lot of the shit that he say, very, very motivating, and a lot of the motivating shit I'll do whatever everybody else trying to label him as. But with this whole situation, pretty much it's a Vice Media presenter and writer named Matt Shea who pretty much got Andrew Tate in all this shit. Like, in my opinion, Andrew Tate being in jail is because of Matt Shea, and Andrew Tate let Matt Shea come out there. His brother Tristan Tate didn't trust it. I'm going to make more videos on this, but I'm going to make it on my actual website, because it's a whole bunch of shit that I done, research I done, and it'll be a gang of videos back to back of me just posting them on YouTube, so I don't want to do it like that. Just for the people who want to watch it, they can watch it there. But anyways, it just seemed like this whole setup, Tristan Tate didn't trust it from the beginning, and they was grilling Matt Shea on this whole little interview when he first went on there. Then in the dangerous rise of Andrew Tate that Matt Shea made, there's a part on there in the video where he shows that when he went to visit them back in August, when he went to the little Tate compound, whatever they call it, a couple days after they uploaded that video to YouTube, D-Cot had reached out to Matt Shea, letting them know that it's an ongoing investigation. So I feel like bro was on some super revengeful shit. But then you got to add in too that if you do all the research, especially on Twitter, you can see that a lot of people associated with Matt Shea, the Jamie Tossin, or however you say his name, they didn't like Andrew Tate for a minute. So they been on him. So you can pretty much tell it was a motherfucker setup. But the thing that's crazy now is that they find out that the wiretaps and all the WhatsApp messages that these women was trying to frame Andrew Tate. So it's like, who were the women on the video? And Matt Shea won't even address nothing. It's crazy how media companies could do this. They'll do all this shit, mess up people's name, and just dip off the scene. And they don't even want to take accountability or even address that. They just trying to run up views off this, off that, and run up a bag pretty much. But it's like, who were those two women? Who were those two women if the WhatsApp message has been released? And it goes to show that obviously that voice recording was definitely AI modified. Already to talk to ChatGPT on, can you do stuff like that? And that motherfucker said, yeah, it gave me a couple of things, to some of the top recommended software to download, but you got to practice on talking like the person. You got to set the pitch. You got to have they type of audio recording and upload it, figure out the pitch tone and try to match that shit, but you can do it. My opinion, that audio recording don't sound like Andrew Tate. That's just me being 100. It's just, what the fuck? It's just some shit that don't make no sense. But and Matt Shea, that dude is a cold piece of work. I would never trust a person like him at all, because the way that he was with Andrew Tate, he'll probably be like that in friendship or anything that's offensive to him. He went through the whole thing, got his ass beat in a little boxing match, so he probably has some type of revenge in his heart, like real shit. And the thing about this too is this, I want to add this in. I made this in another video about this, but it's not on this platform, and I haven't uploaded. I'm still editing it. But if Andrew Tate was to die, all the people who don't like him would not care. And that's the problem, that we're in a world, like when the world is against you, they can care less if you die. They can care less about him being in jail. Though he's in jail, a lot of these news media companies, they get to monetize it, make all these little clickbait titles. People come watch it, look, or hear this person talk, like the Matt Shea telling people to go to BBC to hear his interview with whoever. It's monetized. They running a bag off that shit. People go click on it, whatnot, go watch it. It's showing ads, and who knows if you might gotta subscribe to something, but running up a bag. But bro, he's been the first person who's been caught up, lied. He's a lying ass nigga. That I'm talking about, man. That's somebody you want to watch out for, because this probably like the first story that he ever did on somebody, and it's like, it go to show how sick shit can get. That shit is the most sickest shit, because it's like, bro, if you can't switch it up and say that those women wasn't associated with them, those was two different women. Because one of the women in there was talking about the whole case getting dropped. So, bro, you're fucking disgusting. This nigga is disgusting. That, bro, I'm talking about, man, if I could throw up, I'd be throwing the fuck up all the sick shit that motherfuckers do. That shit is so sick. So it go to show, like, bro, who were the women? Who were the women you had? It either had to be somebody on the Vice Media team, because this is the thing, too, that I seen between the lines, okay? So when you're telling a story, especially when you're a media company like them, people can play characters. It's just like some Hollywood shit. People play characters. Okay, so they already gave the fake names Sally and Helen. So Sally and Helen don't necessarily have to be. It could be fucking. It could be somebody that I hired. I'm giving this character a name, and I'm going off of these allegations and all this shit. Meanwhile, running up a bag, but it's off of a story on some alligator shit that's been like bogus. It's just been bogus. So then kind of when you say like, okay, this person that I'm interviewing name is Sally, Helen, and they using Andrew Tate as, you know, on this story and all this shit, you can kind of make something seem real, and it's just pretty much you just telling a story. Excuse me. Like, these motherfuckers, like, if you really look into the shit that they do, you could assume all type of shit and allege all type of shit and pretty much get away with it, whether it's true or not. But in the case of us seeing it for what it is and it not being true, it's like, bro, what are y'all gonna do? Because it's at a time now where the culture gonna say, all right, Vice Media can't be trusted. A lot of people are already saying that. But it's like, well, what happens once Andrew Tate gets out of jail? So if they don't let him out, it's gonna be, because they might kill him. Not even gonna cap. Because if he get out, he's gonna be way bigger than what he is. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So if Andrew Tate gets out of jail, he's gonna have too fucking much cultural influence that he fuck around. He might fuck around and be a president one day, and that just be what it is. Like, dead ass shit. People listen. This nigga was the most streamed person on TikTok with like 11-something billion over Kanye and who else was it? It was somebody. I think it might have been Zendaya, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, damn, like he over them. So that's crazy, and it's a lot of kids that like him. And the sick part too that I'll say for all the adults is I haven't ran across not one adult person, especially in the education scene, teachers and shit, who don't like they play like it's who doesn't agree with him. Like, there's a side of him that they all agree with. From all the shit that I read, they all agree with. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, they just want to find a reason not to like him. Like, it's this one lady who I'm making a video and I'm editing it right now. She agrees with half the shit that Andrew Tate says. Her students even agree and like him. Women too, like young teenage girls and shit, high school girls like him too. You could tell her motive at the end of this, because she's giving this to parents and she's saying, like, pretty much like, please note, like, I do not like Andrew Tate. Like, not saying it like that, like, I'll read it, but it's like she says the words, I do not like Andrew Tate. So it just goes to show that you doing all this sugarcoating to these kids. You want to hear them out, you want to listen to them, and, you know, pretty much build up your strategy on how you can persuade them not to like Andrew Tate, use certain shit to discredit Andrew Tate. And she was pretty much saying, like, oh, if they pretty much like disagree with you, tell them to prove it, like prove the facts, and that's pretty hard to do, something like that. And it's like, bro, we're in a time today where people make up their mind off of what they see. So all the students, even even with the side that they agree with Andrew Tate, certain things that they love him for and that they wouldn't do, like, there's a lot of students who said they wouldn't have some certain shit that Andrew Tate do. Everybody can agree. There's certain shit that I wouldn't do. Like, he had his Hustlers University with the whole webcam. I wouldn't do no shit like that. I'm not gonna do it. But you had those consenting ass females who done it. So that's that. I've been in street shit and new motherfuckers who done the real shit. So it's like, look, it come with it. It pretty much come with it. But it's a couple other motherfucking things that I wouldn't do. He got a couple of business things that. Another thing that I wouldn't do as far as he was saying, you could pretty much start like how you can start your business, make some money is, you pretty much you get like the photos of the products, all that shit. You sell it, then you list it, then you email all the customers, tell them that it's been a delay. Then you go get the product, something like that. Like I wouldn't do that. It sounds pretty like smart. I can see it working, but it's just something that I wouldn't do. It's a certain way that I would go in business realm. In my business realm and how I do stuff, that's just me. So it's like people are able to make their own decisions, even kids, even teenagers. So it's like, come on, bro. But to get back on course, the dude Matt Shea is a snake ass person. All of them. I don't give a damn who it is. It might be some good people advice, but them revengeful in their heart. And then you gotta look at that too. Like damn, like these people are revengeful. Like Matt Shea, revengeful. And he's the closest thing to revenge as you gonna get as far as him being on their damn. They bring them on their Tate Speech podcast, whatever it is, and he pretty much get grilled on question. They go through the whole process. Even in his documentary, you can see the part where he's outside the house and they kick him out, and they got girls up there and whatnot. He's filming, so you could pretty much tell that he's the rat in the room. It's just common sense. Everything leads. Everything in current time, all the media outlets is all pointing back to Vice and Matt Shea. Simple as that. Him and the other two people that's a part of it, they are some sick people that I would not want to be around. That whole documentary is pretty much discredited at this damn point, and a lot of people would already say that they already knew from the beginning. A lot of it did not make any sense. The part with the interviews with the girls, shit did not make no sense. Now that you have these WhatsApp messages that came out, that nigga, he gonna ride that to the grave. He gonna ride it to the grave because that's discredited out the motherfucking window. You can't trust nothing. Nothing. That's sick. That's sick. But it go to show that you pretty much gotta watch yourself from media companies, and it teaches you how people can build narratives. They can build narratives. It's crazy. And the sad part is too is that there's not a single resource that points back. This is how I know that nigga's a liar. There's not, if you really do the research, I've done the real research. There's not a single fucking thing that points back to why Andrew Tate got kicked off Big Brother and it being off of the allegations. That never fucking happened. He got kicked off of Big Brother simply for the video of spanking the girl with his ex-girlfriend with the motherfucking belt. And I'm pretty sure like they was into that shit. Like when I was young, I used to watch porn, right? And they still, I don't know what the fuck they call this type of porn, but it's like it be older dudes who pay for shit like that. They like that ass whipping shit. They like that weird shit, And the reason why it didn't work for me, because it's like, nah, you don't get to be jacking off them up, man. And all shit like that. But Andrew Tate, he about the money and all that, so they made money off a lot of these older people and shit. Well, you really can't be mad at it because you got older people out there that pay for what they want to see type shit, pay for what they like. If they getting their money's worth, hey, that's just it at the damn day. They trying to pretty much pin it on him because the way that he worded it, and everybody can tell, like the way that he worded it is a high attractive like word. Like when you think like somebody out here doing some pimping shit, you got bitches, all that shit, and you selling a course to man on how to do that shit, it's eye catching. Like it's definitely eye catching. But I wouldn't do no shit like that. It's just not gonna work for me. But we in the time. But anyways, going forward, I'll be making some videos just as far as reading the back end stuff that a lot of these people say, and just be on a neutral ground with it. But I am on the defense side of Andrew Tate because I've seen how the media literally tried to shape shit and get this nigga put in jail, and they got him put in jail, but the whole nine. And he been on a lot of media outlets where everybody's liked him and whatnot. So it's like you got this new war. You got it's a new war on people. Like it's pretty much newer roles trying to get rid of traditional roles. That's the only way I could put it. best example that I can give is if you go on Canva app, because I was making an ebook, and you type in masculinity, you see what they have now called quirky masculinity and all that, and it's like, I don't know who's responsible for this shit, but you could tell that they're changing the word masculinity. Like, I give it about 10 to 20 years, and you start looking up the word masculinity, it's not going to be what it's going to be. So you have a war on people who come from the traditional roles fighting over that versus this pretty much unknown force that when they see something like that's representing that, they go and attack it. And I don't know who's stirring up the shit. It's a lot, but you know, I've seen a few. I ain't gonna say no motherfucking names, but you could tell when you start seeing the people who talk shit about Andrew Tate, pretty much what they kind of support. And you know, when business interest has its fucking stake in shit, then you start kind of to see why people act like the way that they act. Because sometimes it just be motherfuckers got a job, and that's just the way that the company is moving on paying them. So it's like, do your fucking job or you won't have a job. You've been getting paid real good. So it's like they kind of don't get to be themselves, and that's the sad part. That's the sad part. But anyways, I'm out on this.